Hello, I'm Ms.Seema Wahi Mukerjee and I'm going to share a story which has been written by me. It's about how and why the moon waxes and wanes. So let's begin. Dhum tarararara dhum tarararara dhum tarararara dhum. Join me. Dhum tarararara dhum tarararara dhum tarararara dhum. A long time ago, in the sky lived the sun, the moon and the stars, and below them the earth. The sun, the moon and the stars would come out each night. Was it night or day that they would come out? No, they would come out each day and they would just dance and play and they would light up the entire sky. The earth would look up and think there is so much light during the day. But in the evening, the sun, the moon and the stars would go away and earth would be plunged in darkness. She didn't like to be alone and she didn't like to be in darkness. So one day she looked up and she said, I wish there were a way that there could be light at night as well. The sun and the moon and the stars heard that. They looked at each other. They wanted to help earth. What shall we do? What shall we do? It is always better to think and walk. So they walked and they thought and 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 then they stopped. No idea. A tiny little star whose name was Tiny began to sing. क्या करें क्या ना करें ये कैसी मुश्किल है कोई तो बता दे इसका हल हो मेरे भाई. No idea. Again they walked and they thought and they walked and they thought and suddenly Tiny said, idea! I know what to do. The sun is big and bright. It can come out during the day and we stars will come out with the moon at night. They looked at each other. That meant that they would no longer be able to play with each other during the day. But Tiny said, don't worry, we will meet in the sky at dawn and dusk and we'll play and jiggle. Everyone was happy and Earth really appreciated what they were doing for her. From next day onwards, during the day came out the sun and in the evening came out the moon, followed by the stars. Now the moon thought that she is really big and stars are tiny little things. So she has to really shine bright. Every night she would shine her best and every night would be a full moon night. The stars looked at their sister moon and they loved her. They tried to do whatever she told them to do, but most of the stars couldn't stay still at night. They had to move, so they kept moving across the sky. Sometimes they would jiggle and sometimes they would dance. Each star except one. And that was Tiny. Tiny adored his sister. He looked up to her and he thought, when I grow bigger, when I become older, I'll be big and I'll be bright, just like Sister Moon. And he would stay at one place each night. Now, as days and weeks and months went by, the moon came out, big and bright and beautiful, full moon every night. Moon started getting tired because she would shine so bright. One night, clouds came and they thought they will trouble the moon. So they would come in front of the moon and moon would peep. Oh, my light must reach earth. And throughout the night, they kept troubling her like that and moon kept peeping out like this, like this, like this. And she got very tired. During the day, she slept off. She didn't even have lunch. In the evening, she woke up. There were 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes she had to lead the stars across the sky. 10 minutes! I could sleep for 5. And she thought she'll sleep and wake up in 5 minutes. And she slept. And her sleep kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper, and soon she was snoring. Five minutes passed, and 10, and 20, and 30. She did not wake up. The stars waited outside. Shall we go in? What is that strange noise which is coming? They all came in, crept in, and they saw the moon. Some of them started giggling. Moon is snoring. But Tiny glared at them, and he told them to keep quiet. They all sat down and waited for the moon to get up. But Moon kept snoring. Well, after a while, there was a loud noise outside. The sky was calling, and the sky said, "Come out, come out, come out, moon and the stars." Now the stars looked at each other. The moon didn't wake up then also. And they all looked at Tiny. So Tiny went out and he said, "Sir, we can't come out, sir, sky. Sir, a sister is sleeping. She's the one who's the brightest. We can't come out without her." But the sky said, You that tiny star, you follow your sister every day. You have to come out. Go bring all the stars. There has to be light, even if it is not as bright. Earth needs light. Tiny tried to explain that he couldn't do it. Sir, I don't think it's possible, sir. But Sky, he said, "Tiny, go and get everyone." And Tiny went inside, got all the stars, and he led them across the sky and he placed them in their places. And then he went and stood at the place where he stood every other night. And he tried to shine as bright as he could. "I have to be like Sister Moon, I have to be like Sister Moon," he thought. And suddenly he heard someone singing. There was a little boy on earth, and the boy was singing, "Hey there, bright little star, let me tell you how special you are. Hey there, bright little star, let me tell you how special you are." Tiny looked around. Is he talking to me? That boy? And he said, "Excuse me, boy. Are you calling me bright little star and telling me I'm special?" And the boy said, "Yes, I'm calling you. You, the star which shows the way. You are the most special star." "Me? I am a special star? I show the way? Well, I don't know that I'm special. Like, I thought my sister Moon, she's so big and bright and she's the one who's so special." "Oh no, the moon is special," said the boy. "But so are you. You know, you come, you appear at one place every night and everyone looks at you. When they are lost, they look at you and they find the way. My mother loves you so much. You know, we have kept your name Dhruv Tara, and my mother actually has kept my name also Dhruv. I am named after you. I may show the way like you do too." This was so much for Tiny to take in. Me? I show the way? I have a name? They name children after me? I didn't know that. I didn't know that I mattered to anyone. And I didn't matter to me either. The boy said, "You know, I used to think like you. I used to think I'm small, so I can't do anything and I don't matter at all. But then my mother taught me that I mattered too. I mattered to others and I mattered to me too. And she taught me something, and I'm going to teach you this today." And the boy started saying, "I may be small, but now I see I mattered to you and I mattered to me." Tiny said, "That's nice. I may be small, but now I see I mattered to you and I mattered to me." And he started singing, "I may be small, but now I see I matter to you and I matter to me." Oh, I'm so happy. And throughout the night, Tiny the star and Dhruv the boy kept talking. In the morning, Tiny led all the stars back And he told them what he had talked with Dhruv. And all the stars sang the same thing. And they said the same thing. I may be small, but now I see I mattered to you and I mattered to me. And they reached back. Moon was waking up. And she looked at the stars and she said, oh, come, good, you're here. We have to go. I think we are late. And Tiny said, relax, sister. We went out. We lit up the night sky. Relax. Moon felt really bad. You went without me? You didn't wake me up? I am so bright. I should have been called. How could I be so irresponsible? How could I just sleep throughout the night? She was choked with emotion. But then Tiny said, you know, sister, just because you slept off, we learned something. And I learned something too. I learned that we are not as bright and beautiful as you are. And I'm tiny. I'm very, very, very tiny. But there are people who look at us also. And you know, there's a boy I met. He taught me something. And Tiny said, I may be small, sister, but now I see I matter to you and I matter to me. He was so happy. Moon looked at Tiny. She looked at the other stars. They were all glowing. They looked really happy. Moon felt a little bad first. And then during the day, she kept thinking, did I ever truly share the night sky with my young brothers and sisters? I tried to shine so much to make up for everything, to be responsible, but I never let them stand out or shine. From today, I must do one thing. I must not shine so full and bright every night. Sometimes I'll come out big and bright and beautiful. Sometimes I'll become lesser and I'll become half. And sometimes I will only remain a crescent. And at one night, I will just sleep off. And then I will start coming out again and become bigger. And that way, I will truly share the night sky with my young brothers and sisters. And Moon smiled. Dhum tarararara dhum tarararara dhum tarararara dhum dhum tarararara dhum tarararara dhum tarararara dhum. And since that day, the moon began to wax and wane. Thank you.